for draft.
Big shouts to him, but I think probably Ranger Visor at the very least from Veske, but he's also got a very strong slash if he wants to bring that out as well.
Yeah, I really like Slash here as well. She is... This and Ruins are her two best maps in the current, you know, the dual pool, I think. And if you can get that high ground, control rail, and just speed around the map, you can go a long way with her. Oh, we're seeing two slashes here.
And an Athena on Veske's end, so he wants that. He wants to be very mobile, as they say.
Absolutely. Hook around and just rail people in the butt.
You heard it here first, folks. That's one for the soundboard. Getting into this on Blood Covenant, d3th versus Veske. Big shouts to everyone for tuning in, guys. Big shouts to Dehang for gracing us with his presence. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to get into this one. What do you guys have your money on in chat? Let's see it. 1 for Veske, 2 for d3th, and 3 to go live as d3th has the stair spawn. Needs to be careful, and there it is. Veske is going to drop down aggressively. And d3th kind of saw that coming. Veske is known for being hyper-aggressive like that, but it looks like d3th took the safe route, and they're going to trade items, and he could even get in on this rail here. Might wait for Veske to make the jump over instead.
Yeah, that's an aggressive move off the spawn that could have potentially paid off, but you know, d3th wasn't Galena or Visor. He had that orb to escape, and so it's kind of like neutralized. But really, overall with that rail, d3th's kind of in a bad spot. Inferior positioning, less weapons. Oh, that was a huge rocket though. Now both major items are up. Looks like d3th's gonna be okay for now.
Yeah, that flick rocket really bailing him out like the banks. Am I right?
A little bit of a panic orb there. And they might engage here at the lower green armor. Oh, the rockets aren't... Oh, right when I say the rockets aren't that good, he hits 2 giant ones to end the fight with 15 health.
Very clutch rockets there as Veske was just doing work with that LG, but not quite enough. d3th pulls the rockets out and finishes the frag, but here comes the refrag potential from Veske. Is it going to be enough? He has to back away here. He actually has a little bit better of a stack, and now he grabs the 50 shard. d3th doesn't have rockets. Needs to be careful. Uses the orb. I like it.
Yeah. I don't know what that was, like one of those classic panic ults, but I mean, the orb could have technically done damage too, so it wasn't necessarily the worst idea. But he's at least got the upper position again, and Mega's going to be spawning for him, so without Veske having sight for a while, I think d3th has got a little bit of a prettier spot right now as they set up the next engagement.
He does have the superior stack and also the orb, so looking really strong. But with 10 seconds left, Veske does have superior position on this heavy, and d3th's kind of just stuck down here in the lower area. Aggressive play onto the nail gun, a little bit of LG, but it's not long and strong enough here. Veske with LG of his own, he's going to push him into the nail gun corner, and d3th's going to escape with 81 HP. Try and make his way back over to the Mega. It looks like he's going to make it, but Veske is going to punish him with a rail, almost taking him out, and another rail. Can he hit another one? Surely he's going to drop down and get this frag. As a d3th hanging on by a thread. And there's the rocket from Veske. Good aggressive play there, knowing that he had him pinned against the wall.
Yeah, going back to that heavy armor fight, but oh, there might be a spawn frag here. If Veske could finish it here, yep, barely. Yeah, the heavy armor fight where d3th did not really punish in position, and then getting hit by those 2 rails essentially secured him the 2 frags ultimately. Now d3th down 2 champions to 1. And neither major item is coming soon. He needs to... I don't want to fight here. But d3th didn't leave. He actually had the ability to just skedaddle, go into LG, maybe get a lower green, but he like crouch slid back a little too far and Veske punished.
Too much pride. He's like, nah, I'm not going out like that. And Veske's like, oh yes, you are. Takes that first round. And he gets a great rail spawn here, and this could be super aggressive. He's actually going to miss out on the 50 shard and the rocket jump, and that's unfortunate. You hate to see it.
Yeah, the 50 armor could actually really help his overstack right now. He's only overstacked by 25 health, but he could have 150 armor right now. So it actually really does make a bit of a difference. Death is actually kind of bailing a little bit early, like assuming Slash is actually more stacked than she is. But nothing really wrong. He at least has the position right now. But this heavy armor's not spawning for 5 more seconds. Veske could have went to Catwalk and maybe tried to shoot 2 uncontested rails and then fell back to Mega, but Veske played it safe. He assumed Mega was up. Death needs to go ahead and collect this railgun.
There it is, right as you say, he's going to go ahead and make that rocket jump. But Veske with a great jump over back to rockets. Can he hit the air rocket? Both of them do. The switch to LG is actually going to melt Death. And that was quite the engagement there.
Yeah, Death's going to have to try to get the heavy off spawn and then kind of bail. This is a little risky if Veske is fast enough, and she is. Wow, great rockets.
Wow, asserting dominance here. Not even playing on Ruins of Serbia, which is his map, because he's Serbian. But he's going to miss with that rail, but he is up 2 champs. Surely Death won't try and challenge this as he skates on by, just teasing. He's going to pepper some machine gun in. Veske misses with the rail and cools off and says, I have the lead. What am I doing? Let me just grab this Mega.
Yeah, but Death's here too early for the heavy. You can tell he's kind of like, what do I do? What do I do? Might as well just go ahead and get these lower items. It's not the worst option, but that means Veske's going to have the ultimate overstack for Slash. And if I'm Veske, I want to try to take a fight pretty soon if I can.
That rail
Great
is
opening
amazing.
rail. Absolutely.
Yeah, as you
Death's
mentioned before,
got
if
a
you
lot
don't know
of
the
work to make
timing, just be away. Just stay away.
Yeah, and Death was approaching it correctly because he didn't have the timing, but you know, if a fast Slash just pops up, rails you real quick, I mean, there's not really a counter to that, so again, Death is on his back foot right now. But he is down 2 champs. He's gonna have to make a move at some point, not necessarily super quickly, but if he can maybe get a rail in the next like 30 seconds and kind of chip away, then he might be in okay shape, but right now he's just playing pure defense.
Yeah, I mean, in this position, would you rather go for the chip rails, or would you rather try and trap with rockets, get some damage, and hope that you can escape? Because, I mean, you're definitely outstacked, and you have to know that.
Yeah, I mean, both are good options. I like, just because of Slash's speed and ability to get rail so quickly, I like to try to get rail quickly, because you're not really, like, taking a ton of time out of your way to grab it. You just crouch slide over there, so that's what I generally would prefer to do.
That damage was actually good, and Death is going to eat a lot of rocket damage, but he is going to get the Mega for what it's worth. Veske is now trapped in the lower here, but with a minute 40 left, again, 2 champ advantage. He doesn't really have to worry and push the situation, but he's going to here, and he gets a great rocket. Will a rail hit? No, the follow-up from Death will also miss, and now they're doing the dance.
Yeah, that was kind of a big rail by Death. It basically secured him, like, a free opportunity to just get away and get upper position for this Mega. He's quick enough. And he is. And if I'm Death, I need to start closing in soon. Down 2 champs. Got all the guns. Got the stack. I need to pick a fight pretty soon, as that's what he's doing here at the catwalk area. He takes a little more LG damage than he probably wants, but I like this. I like that he's not really just conceding. He's still putting the pressure on. Good rocket. Oh! Switches to the rail a little too early. And he's going to have to find a different moment to try to attack here.
Yeah,
Sooner rather than later.
Veske's getting a little crazy, actually, giving him opportunities here, but he will get the Mega and also eat a rail. And with 40 seconds left, Death has to approach this aggressively, and he's going to eat a lot of rockets because of it. Veske knowing that he has to get chased, and Death is on his last leg here. But again, no choice. 30 seconds left. What's a boy to do?
Right, I like how both players played that. Death knows he's down 2 champs, not 1 champ, so you can't get too picky. You have to try and go in for a kill. And Veske was just completely ready for it. So I really like the way both players approached that. And just Veske came out in terms of the execution. It looks like that's going to be enough to secure him the round ultimately.
Yeah, just not even giving him the benefit of the doubt. He's like, I'm just going to skate over here. You're going to be tilted going into the 3rd round because I'm up 2. And all the pressure is on Death now.
Prepare to fight.
Yeah, it's a lot to overcome because Veske's looked pretty in control as well with these 2 rounds. It's not like they were like last-second round victories. Like he's looked pretty definitive first 2 rounds as the victor.
Actually going to switch on Death and see what he can do. does get the rockets. Just rocket jump over and orbs all the way over to the power-up area. Nope, just back to rockets to try and defend. I like that play, but Veske is going to get rail, and he is very strong with it, so... like the weapon denial from Death.
Ugh. Those are painful to miss, the jump pad rails. I've missed a lot of those in my day.
You're a liar, sir. Everyone heard the quad damage rail from around the world. Death trying to pepper with rails now. Veske getting a little bit of machine gun damage before exiting. Yeah, no one will forget that Tempest Shrine rail here. As Death maybe overcommitting, eating a lot of LG, does hit one rail, can't make it two, and Veske will net that frag quite easily.
That's that's pretty unfortunate for Death. He was barely in that LG damage range, and I think he missed the opening shot. So, like, the combination of those two sealed it for Veske. But Death had the right idea. It was just, again, like, barely, like, just one gaming meter off from his positioning.
He's gonna have to hear this slash trail. The opening rocket's good, but the rocket damage he takes is almost enough to kill himself. That 25 bails him out, has one more to work with. He's gonna go
Get
up the
that
jump
heavy
pad.
MG out and punish. Should have been peppering her there.
Like a pepper steak salad here, as he has all the vision and could cut off. He chooses wrong. Veske actually doubles back into it, trying to rain rockets. 20 HP. Both players crippled. A little bit of blood pool sauce for Death. He's gonna escape towards the heavy and actually will grab it. It's gonna be a saving grace for now.
Yeah, and there is time to go to get Mega quickly, but looks like he's just, you know, not being very decisive with what he wants to do over the next 10 seconds after getting the heavy, so Veske's going to go ahead and get that Mega. And now again, Veske's got a champ lead and superior map control, and wow, I didn't hear her coming over there. So I was watching that from Death's point of view. There are the question marks.
What was... yeah, that was really interesting, because it looked like he tried to rocket jump twice and didn't. Like his mouse didn't click or something. I'm not sure what that was, but down to his last champ. And this looks pretty brutal here. He will actually knock Veske down the jump pad, but he will eat a lot of rockets. 21 HP. He's trying to escape through the blood pool, and Veske smells blood.
That's in deep trouble here. That rail would have sealed it, but Death needs to not fight until like the 330 mark and hope he can get 2 champ kills. He doesn't want to see Veske too much until then.
Spots him out, knows where the damage is coming from, decides to go through anyway, and with rockets like that, why not? Needs to turn around, and the rocket will seal it from Veske. The LG not strong enough, and he will take that 3-0. And yeah, that was pretty convincing from Veske.
Yeah, strong play from Veske. I think he was way more decisive that map than Death, and Death was. If I could see a little more heavy MG action and things to kind of just keep the opponent at bay, I think that would actually go a long way for him. He was always like going up a jump pad with the LG out or rockets. When having the heavy MG out, it's kind of like a preemptive insurance policy, you know, like if it's ready, just do it. If they're closer than you thought, then switch to LG.
Yeah, it's almost like guaranteed damage. Would you prefer going up a jump pad like that with heavy rather than rail, depending on the stacks? If you kind of know they're fairly stacked, would you rather do the cess damage with the heavy machine gun or try and go for like 2 or 3 rails?
Especially against Slash, I like the heavy MG because she can just get kind of melted. I don't know what it is. It's like one of those weird things that I've experienced. She feels like the easiest light champion to hit, and because she's also a light anyway, getting that guaranteed damage goes a longer way than if it was a medium or heavy champ. So generally, I prefer the heavy MG there.